Hi, and welcome to the Reformed Mind YouTube channel. And I'm excited for what this journey holds. And I just thought of coming on by way of first address and just uh, share with you maybe what I would call the first things first. And in this attempt to set or at least share with you what this journey or what this platform is all about, I would want to do so maybe in three stages. The first one, I would want to share the background for uh, the the Reformed Mind YouTube channel. And then secondly, I would want to share with you why this channel is being set up. And then thirdly, um, and maybe by way of conclusion, I would want to just maybe briefly also highlight some of the things I would want for you who will be coming across this channel to expect. And so by way of background, what I would say is that if you are familiar with my journey so far as a believer, you will see perhaps in the 2-3 years now, um, um, you are familiar with my blog, and the blog called Reformed Mind, from which this YouTube channel is set up. And in a sense, that represents some of the writings that have been on the blog, and the the Reformed Mind will represent something of the visual things that I would want this channel to also populate. And yeah, so the Reformed Mind blog is where everything started. And I think it's been a year and a few months now that this Reformed Mind blog has been live. And so far it's sitting at about 63 blog posts, and something I didn't even imagine that I would even have had to write a blog post for 63 blog posts in a matter of a year and 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. And I think if I had to look back and imagine a few years from when I started, how that would turn out, I don't think I was imagining that I would even be sitting at 63 blog posts. But more than that, it is the sort of um, what can I say? It's a sort of the response that I've gotten from that blog, and just how the encouragements have come. I'm not saying that it's a big blog and with massive traffic, but also at the same time, I'm not downplaying the sort of traction that my blog has had, and, and it's just recognizing the fact that it's still in its in its inception stage, and but the response so far is only but encouraging. And so this YouTube channel is a visual representation of those writings, and I think those blog posts represents something of my journey so far in trying to rediscover Reformed theology. And if you are familiar with the Reformed movement in Zambia, and if you are an objective observer, you will agree with me that it is in a serious state of compromise, and a lot of things that have arisen are even far from being resolved. And for me, what has come out of this whole episode in terms of the reformed movement in Zambia is that I sort of experienced spiritual uh, hurt, and that 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 discomfort, or that bad experience spiritually, is what motivates, or is what has given birth to the reformed mind. And basically, that is simply a quest to just ask the questions why, if we are saying that we are Reformed Baptist, and our statement of faith, for instance, is the 1689 Baptist Confession of Faith, why is it that now, when you look at what is obtaining on the ground, is not ABC as it is found in the 1689? It is ED and F, you see. And for me, it is that quest of asking the questions why is a statement saying this, and why is our practice saying the other? And this discrepancy, it is something that I'm hoping that this journey can sort of explain. And I think this started in my previous church, where we were studying the 1689 Baptist Confession of Faith, and I can remember vividly that after each study I would have more questions than answers. And one of those instances is just this mismatch in terms of what we are learning, and when you look at the practice, you find that the practice doesn't tally with what the statements of faith are saying. And I think that has kick-started this journey. And what I've just learned so far, I can't say that I'm there yet, but what I've learned so far, and I can say with a level of certainty, is that a lot of what I thought was Reformed theology and a Reformed faith is not it. I mean, there's a lot that doesn't add up for me, and I think it is that those discrepancies, I think, that have fueled this desire to learn for myself, in this particular instance, to learn for myself what Reformation is all about. When I read about Martin Luther, I'm now questioning to say, is their experience any different from ours? And their persuasions any different from ours? Their convictions, again, any different from our convictions? And I think that is the journey that the Reformed Mind blog has sort of taken. And I can't say I'm there yet, but I think I would want that this desire to learn, to, as it were, undo so many things that I had held on to, thinking that that was Reformed theology and it was the Reformed faith, and simply rip it apart and begin to learn afresh, to embrace these things anew. And I think that has been the journey so far on the Reformed Mind. And I think that is the backdrop even for this Reformed Mind YouTube channel. It is to express those convictions, to question, like the Bereans, to simply ask the questions and say, is this really consistent with the scriptures? And to question everything from that touchstone of the scriptures. And I think that is the backdrop of this YouTube channel, and of course the Reformed Mind blog, which I have been running for a year and some months now. And I think that is by way of background. And the next one I think I mentioned was why this channel. And in a sense, I have hinted to why this channel, and it is simply to to interrogate theology. It is to simply uh, ask the questions from the scriptures, and you will notice that it will have a bias towards Reformed theology, and I think that is the purpose for this platform. It is to promote, to showcase, if you like, to as it were, show the various forms of Reformed theology, and on all its shapes and sizes, and to simply embrace and to simply promote, and hopefully that many out there who come across this channel can equally appreciate the wealth of that theology, and of course maybe in that hope enrich their walk with the Lord. And the second reason why this channel, and maybe I'll use an analogy which also applies to my blog, Reformed Mind, is that I think of these two platforms as a voice for those that have watched movies, especially in those movies where they show an apocalyptic event where uh, all life forms is decimated, either by nuclear bomb or something that has happened, and life form is extinct. And you often find somebody, maybe a survivor, who is on a radio, and every day they they post, or they issue a message, a message which goes to something like, if there's any life form out there, uh, please respond to this message, and respond to this message, because this message is basically telling you that there is somebody out there who is alive just like you are, and that where we are there is shelter, there is food, there is water, and it is safe. And if you can give us a call, or if you can reach out to us, and come to us, you find these things. And after you find these things, obviously, you will survive with us together, and perhaps we can restart life as we know it. Uh, and so, this is the analogy that I can use to sort of express what these platforms are there for. It is simply to, like that radio message, to simply call out and say, are there those that are persuaded about true reformation out there? And if they are, uh, here is a platform where we can sit down and break down this reformed theology, this reformed faith, and build each other up in these reformed doctrines, and embrace them, and find meaning for life even through these doctrines, that together we can watch our lives and doctrine. And I think that is the voice that I want these platforms to continually send out. And I think that is the main one of the reasons why these platforms do exist, and why I feel strongly that these platforms should continue. And the last one is more related to a passion of mine, and that passion being young people. And young people hold a special place in my life. And I've interacted with many young people, and I've over the years had the privilege of uh, being an encouragement, I hope, to them. And one thing I've come to learn about the young people, of course, I don't consider myself as old per se, but I know that the tendency for young people is that we are impressionable. And by impressionable, I think that if we're not given an opportunity to know the truth, chances are that we are doomed and we are lost forever. And young people are the future church. And if we're talking about Reformed theology, the young people become critical, and there's a need to expose them to Reformed theology and to exercise their minds in Reformed theology, to embrace it, and not just embrace it because somebody older is talking so eloquently about it, but as a matter of personal conviction, because that is something that young people lack, unfortunately. We simply just follow the crowd, follow those who are older, those whom we respect, and so on and so forth. And I think it has become very clear that that is the state of Reformed theology in Zambia today, that many young people who profess or who are so vocal about Reformed theology, it is a matter of an abstract thing that they hold. When the rubber hits the road, as it has, you see that even the young people are nowhere, you know. And I think that is a passion of mine, and I hope that this platform can go a long way to ensure that young people are exposed, get a chance to exercise their minds in matters of theology, and in this case, Reformed theology, so that as young people they can be able, as a future church, that they can be able to take up that role and become major tools that the Lord can use in the years to come. And I think that is something that I think that this channel, for me, why this channel, it is to reach out to young people and to show the young people and to expose young people through this interactive platform, YouTube, that we can together embrace these truths once again. And I think that is something that I thought that maybe by way of setting the ground rules, if you like, that I can from the off state. And then the last part of my address, I want to simply just state, so what should you people expect? What should those that are watching and those that would come across these videos expect? Well, in its initial phase, I don't think that there is much to expect, if I can put it that way. And I say so because I haven't come across, or I haven't put together a program or a schedule. But one thing I know is that if the Lord permits, that we can have regular content for our discussion, regular content for us to learn, and that I can share some of my experiences as one who is relearning the Reformed faith, who is embracing anew the Reformed theology, because I now consider myself as one who was never even Reformed to begin with. And I think Reformation is something that I am now learning in the few years following the Lord revealing to me that perhaps what I was holding on to was far from what the Reformation is all about. And I think maybe just to go back and just illustrate what this is that lately I've been reading church history, and I read about Martin Luther, and how that he was quite instrumental in the Reformation up there in Germany. there was also another uh, reformers prior to Luther, John Huss, and I think it's in the Czech Republic, or if I'm not mistaken. And I think those guys were so passionate about the Reformation, and they were so convinced about the truths as they were uh, considering them from the scriptures. And I think that deep conviction is what drove them to do so many things for the Lord. And I mean, we are here as a testament to what those guys indeed went through and their convictions. We are here. And I think that is something that I'm learning from church history. And there was one gentleman, I don't know if it's a gentleman or young person, who, upon embracing the truth and of course departing from what was commonplace in that day, in those days, was asked to recant, because it was a big thing to veer away from what was held to be the truth then. And he was asked to recant, and I think because of pressure and because of fear, he did recant, you know. But I mean, as he went home, or as he went away, he thought about it, and I think it hit him again to say that no, this was against conscience, you know, that he had basically recanted and he had denied what he held on to be the truth. Okay, so he had to undo his earlier recant, and I think at that point the authorities questioned him and said, "Do you realize the impact of what is happening right now?" And of course, that meant death to him. And he simply said, "Yes, and I would not recant anymore." And they had to put him on the stake and to burn him alive. And I think what he did there was that he made his hand to be bent first, because that is something that he had used to write his statement to recant earlier. So his hands had to suffer first, especially the hand that did write that statement of recanting. And there we see just the sheer conviction of these men, and for me that is something I would want to be part of, or something that I would want to proudly embrace, because I think uh, that is a mark of those who believe the truth. And I mean, lately, that is not the case. I mean, people are striving for comfort over embracing the truth. They would want to compromise on that truth in order to be in good books with those who are compromising on that truth, which is absurd if you ask me. But that is the reality. And for me, I'm having to question such a character or such a mindset, and to think that such a mindset is one that is now commonplace amongst us, you see. And for me, when I read church history, there is a huge disconnect there, that men that we so embrace as to be the paragons of religion, okay? These are men that we held in high esteem. Yet, when it comes to us following them, or uh, doing that which they have exemplified through their lives, as we are so fond of sharing even on our social media, we are failing and we are going the other way. We are compromising in choice of comfort. These men died for their faith, you see. And for us, it's not even death that we are threatened with. It's maybe just being lonely, or being ostracized, or being called you're mad, okay? And that is 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 a shame, really, if I can call it that. And it's unfortunate that without even being threatened death, we are willing to throw away that which we claim to be the truth. And so for me, that has been the experience so far. And if these platforms, and I'm not even naive to think that these platforms will be welcome. Okay, I'm also not naive to think that these views will not be vilified or be branded as divisive. I'm not naive to think that these will be welcome. Okay, that I'll receive a holy kiss. Okay, I am not naive to think that that would be the view, or that is the reception, that such views that will be expressed on these platforms, or that have been expressed on my blog, as well as these be expressed on this platform, the YouTube channel, will be welcome. I don't think I'll make that mistake to naively think that that would be the case. But if that would be the reality, then I would praise God for it, and I would gladly embrace the reproach of those that feel that these views are divisive, because I think this is an expression of my journey to know the truth, to embrace the truth, and to follow those that have gone before me, those we all emulate, those we all call champions of the Reformation. And for me, if that be my lot, then I think I would have done my part as a believer on earth. I would have served my Lord, and I would have paid that price for that truth. And for me, that is the desire for this platform, really. And I hope that this would find acceptance, rather not even acceptance, would find others who will share in these convictions. And I know that, as I've said, that this will not be a popular channel. It won't be a popular, what can I say, a popular conviction. It will by no means be. And but ours is a duty of obedience to the Lord, to simply just ask the question, why are we saying that the Bible teaches this, but when it comes to practice, we are going the other way? Why are we embracing Luther in our social media posts, but when it comes to actual practice of what Luther believed in, we differ? Okay, we compromise. Why are we calling those that want to be like Luther and others in church history? Why are we vilifying them? Okay, why are we so comfortable to only vilify those that are in the books, history books, yet those we are living with in the flesh, we are quick to brand as divisive. We are quick to brand as mad, or as just the troublers of Israel, as it were. Why is that the case? For me, those are the questions that have been ringing through my mind, and I hope that this channel can sort of bring those discussions back, and give a visual representation to those feelings, to those sentiments. And I hope that this will represent a worthwhile journey for many that will find this channel beneficial, and those that want to as it were, begin to rediscover Reformed theology. And for me, that is the whole essence of this channel. And I just hope that this is something that everybody else will share. So, by way of expectation, I think that is another aspect of it. And also, if you are new, which of course, which you are, I would want you to like the channel, and by clicking the subscribe button, but also put the bell icon, hit the bell icon for your notifications. But also I'll put a link in this video, and of course in others to come of my blog, and I head over there and just see what is there, what I've written about my journey so far in rediscovering Reformed theology. And I think this is an exciting journey for me, eventful as well, but also it has had its challenges, and one of those is that the sheer isolation that one embarking on this journey will have to suffer and undergo through. But for me, I think the Lord has been so gracious to assure me that that too is the path that perhaps the Lord Himself has purposed for me. And so hit the subscribe, hit the like, and head over to my blog and follow. And I hope that we can get to interact. And I hope that this is the first of many Reformed Mind engagements. And I thought that maybe I could spend a few moments. I didn't want to spend, and I think I've gone above what I had allocated by way of introduction of what this YouTube channel it will be all about. And it's basically a visual representation of what my blog is. And I hope that we'll have a wonderful time together on this channel. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.